What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast. I am your host, HBSE, the Hollywood bum in charge, along with Baloney and the Southside Joey P. That's
Look at that
right.
guy. Handsome. Handsomer than ever.
Our good friend, the fourth bum, the original Mr. Joey P, is doing his best Southside bum impersonation tonight, and you're rocking stash.
Not only did he get the stash, not only did he get the shirt, he's got the Telemundo internet and stuff. He went all out. This is a method acting at his finest.
I love it, man.
Hermanos, internet.
There we go. Joey P's gonna do it all in Spanish too.
Yeah. So Joey, welcome to the show. You've been on before. It's been a while, but you filled in for Johnny, who's at the Bulls game tonight. I think a couple other people from White Sox Twitter are there as well. But welcome to everyone in the comments as well. So yeah, I decided to keep the neck pillow going. I feel like I'm kind of an elitist now after being on television.
Dude, you get literally 15 seconds of fame, and you're getting all Hollywood on us. The neck pillow is not Hollywood, dude. Hollywood is first class, flying Emirates. You look like you're about to board a Spirit Airlines flight to Tampa Bay. This is not, you don't look the way you think you look.
I mean, you got to try to live the lifestyle, man. If you're going to be it, you got to go all in on it. Yep. Thank you, Senior Sox. Yeah, so Joey, we're gonna talk some sports here in a minute, but we gotta talk about today first because it was kind of a crazy day. The Bums were on TMZ Live. We will play a clip here shortly. If you missed it, hopefully you guys saw our tweet from end of last week and you set your DVRs or you tuned in live. But basically, TMZ reached out to us and said, "Are you guys interested in being on TMZ Live and doing some commentary?" And I was like, kind of like, oh, this sounds like a little catfish or little bullshit or whatever.
It sounded like a scam.
Yeah. And they were saying we're gonna interview you through Skype and everything, and I'm just like, oh man, are they gonna ask for like our login or something like that? But it turned out to be legit, and it was on the up and up, and we kind of got the little bait and switch here today, Peter. We got the bamboozle. What they do is they send you a list of topics that they're going to discuss on today's show, and you have to pick 3 topics. I don't want any of those sloppy seconds. So they had to pick 3 topics. Yeah, I know, same thing, Luke. Like Skype, I'm like, what? Yeah, I feel like I'm on Microsoft.
Focus. Tell the story.
Okay, sorry. I know I'm easily distracted here. So they sent you a list of 3 topics. We get to pick 3, and one of them was about Brett Maher missing all the field goals, and the Texas governor Greg Abbott just basically roasting him on Twitter, unbeknownst to me at the time that the guy is actually in a wheelchair.
Dude, when he sent us the list of topics, it was 9 bullshit topics that we have no business talking about, including the one we actually talked about. But that one Governor Abbott tweet where he is like, I can be a better kicker than Brett Maher. I was like, oh my God, this is a gift from heaven. I've literally been talking about this for the better part of 2 months. Right. I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, this is going to go perfect. So then what happened, Jason?
So, yeah. So the list of topics was, your typical Hollywood celebrity stuff. It's Drake, it's Beyonce, it's Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Kanye,
stuff we hate.
Yes, basically, stuff that just, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. But we had the kicker, and it was like, man, this is such a fucking godsend because Peter's been hyping up his field goal for a better part of a month now, and now we get to talk about a field goal. This is going to be
Governor
great.
Abbott of all people started stealing my shtick.
So when we had to obviously give him 3 topics, so we said, okay, well, I don't want to talk like the Kardashians or anything like that. So I was like, all right, we'll talk Tim Allen, and then we'll talk about that Congressman Santos from New York, who's been lying on his resume, but it was all about him being dressed in drag. So we were really hoping that it was going to be the field goal topic, and then about an hour after our video check and sound check, they came back and said they axed that segment, and would you guys have any interest in doing the Tim Allen? And I was kind of like, fuck, like how do you make jokes about sexual harassment?
We're fucked. Immediately I turned to you and said, we're fucked. Like, there's no way. What are we supposed to say? Shame.
Yeah, so the story that they were reporting was in Pam's new memoir that Tim Allen back in 91 on the first day of Home Improvement, like, just opened up his robe and flashed his wang at Pam Anderson and said, like, now we're even. And this was before the sex tape, everything. So she's got a book coming out, and then it's like he denied it, so it's a he said, she said, and it's like, how do you can't make jokes about, penis flashing on national television. Like, that's.
I was gonna say this happened before the sex tape. If it would have happened after the sex tape, seeing Tommy Lee, no way Tim Allen has the balls to do that.
No,
100%,
absolutely not.
100%. So we're trying to think of, like, how can we make a pun or something? What can we do about this? And then I was at the last minute, I was like, well, we could make more jokes about, like, the congressman dressing in drag. So I tried to do a last minute audible and say, hey, can we do the congressman about drag and lying on his resume? And then we could say, like, we want to see him on RuPaul's Drag Race and this and that. And then by that time they said, no, it's too late. You guys got Tim Allen.
Fuck.
So yeah, we were trying to think of what we could say to try to keep it, maybe do a pun in there, maybe keep it semi-serious.
We were thinking about, like, Wilson jokes. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Tim jokes, Al jokes, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We're like, what can we do to, and they only give you 15 seconds. So it's like,
yeah. So you got about 30 seconds max. They say they keep it around 10 to 20 seconds for your commentary. And then about 30 seconds max. So, Peter, you got the video queued up. This is after all of our brainstorming that about a sexual harassment story. This is the best that we came up with.
There could be big consequences for Tim Allen to pay now in present day.
Hey, this is Jason and Peter, and we're the Chicago Sports Bums. And it's always terrible when you hear an allegation like that, but if this was true, Tim Allen was allegedly just trying to live up to his tool man moniker.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I'm not sure Tim Allen has a reputation where he's earned the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is one way people will react. And yes, the tool time joke was made this morning in a meeting. All right.
There was the best. People are saying that was the best 15 seconds in the history of television.
We're living up to our reputation, Jason.
And I have to agree. Like, that's what the people are saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what the people out there are saying, that was the best 15 seconds in the history of television.
This is true.
Peter,
I was gone all goddamn day for this.
Peter was at my house film because they wouldn't let us film remotely. They said that you had to film if you want to be on cam together, you have to all be in one location at the same time.
So the one thing I will say, I'm happy we did it. I'm happy the shirts look good. Out of everything, the shirts look good. I was happy with that. Are you happy in the way we promoted this? Because on Wednesday, when we found out the news, you immediately tweeted out, we have, like, groundbreaking blockbuster news that's going to shock the world. And I immediately text Johnny, and I'm like, oh my God, Jason, what you're selling a bill of goods we can't. People are expecting, dude, after the 108 podcast, people were expecting us to announce, like, a beer sponsorship. Some people were saying that, like, we were going to add on another bum. Like, the rumors out there were crazy. And I was like, no, we're just going out there on TMZ with, like, people. Literally, the lady in front of us had her dog, and there's another guy talking from his closet. Like, anybody could go on this show. No offense to Jason, because I was happy we did it. But I was like, it seems like anybody could just go on TMZ.
Yeah, it's pretty much they're just picking random people who interact with their account. But we got offered on, and they sent us a message after our segment aired that they really enjoyed us and they're happy. They want us to come back in about a month. So maybe this is recurring theme for the Bums, a monthly 30-second spot on TMZ.
I'm going to take a day off of work so I can go on TMZ for 15 seconds. I'll do it.
Yeah. So that's our, and hopefully next time we don't get bamboozled and we don't get Charlie Browned and we actually get like a sports topic that we
Well,
can talk about.
the guy you were interacting with via chat and like the DMs and stuff like that, he seemed pretty cool. So yeah, if we do it again, maybe by the next time he'll give us a sports topic or something else, or we get to choose. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pull up this comment here real quick. As much as I would like that, they did say no plugging and everything. So the shirts were about as far as we could have gone with plugging our.
Johnny had a good point though, and I don't know why we didn't think of it. We should have just had a cardboard cutout of Johnny in the background.
Or we can just bring Joe over next time and have him put his
Joey,
mustache on.
you could go on and just stand in the background. Yeah,
Hello.
that's a good point. Yeah, good point.
So yeah, that was our crazy day, and thank you for everyone who commented and replied and saying that they saw us, and for Shane as well for tweeting out that video right away.
Shane was watching live and tweeting out that video, so yeah, we appreciate that. It was fun.
Yeah. All right, so we got some fun stuff to talk about today, especially when in the second half of this show. But we want to talk about some football first because it was the divisional round for the playoffs this weekend, and if the week before, if last week, if that was a nice Southside sausage pizza, yesterday was Domino's and Little Caesar.
That's a good point. That the games, dude, we got spoiled. The first weekend of the playoffs were awesome. And we talked about like out of all the games last weekend, only one quarter was really bad. And that's because it was a blowout with San Francisco. The shoe dropped and it stinks. Like, what can you do? Like, not all games are going to live up to the hype. The big, bum of the week, if you will, Buffalo just didn't show up. And that was shocking to me. I really thought that, they had home field advantage. They were playing in the snow. It looked like they didn't know how to play in the snow. Cincinnati went out there and whooped that ass. And I know not Joey P. Joey P is also the man, but Joey B is showing that he is a fucking stud. We talked about it last year and we asked, is he that dude? And I think Joe Burrow is that dude, man. He's got that gene where he wants to step on people's throats. He'll do anything to win, and he's showing it week in and week out, year in and year out. And Josh Allen, on the other hand, seems like he's got the talent, all the talent in the world, rocket arm. But in big games now, in crunch time, he just doesn't show up. So I'm interested in see like where they go from here because, dude, I imagine Cincinnati's just licking their chops, looking at a wounded Patrick Mahomes and thinking we're gonna get back into that Super Bowl. So I'd be interested in thinking, what do you guys think? Like, realistically, I didn't check the odds, but the Bengals have to be favored now, right? Or at least to pick them.
Yeah. Joe, what'd you think about this weekend's games?
I personally thought that the 49ers against the whole 49ers game that for me was having Brock Purdy coming in and him being the third quarterback now of the season for the 49ers. I just thought that game for me, start to finish, was the nail biter that put Dallas to shame. And I'm just glad that the 49ers were able to get that done.
Yeah, and especially just watching the Cowboys have like a meltdown on national TV year after year. That I laughed out loud when that last play of the game when Zeke gets blown up by the lineman, and then Dak throws the pass. I think it was to who's the other fucking
CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, no, not CeeDee Lamb. It was I forgot it. Who cares? He's a bum anyways. But then he just got rocked right away by this.
It was a terrible play call. The thing I don't understand, obviously, Dak Prescott cost him that game.
Sorry, Michael Gallup.
Oh, Michael Gallup, yeah. Dak did not play good. I mean, it was terrible. He didn't show up. I don't understand what Dallas fans were expecting. Mike McCarthy has been a bum for years, and I keep saying it. He's done less with more for decades at this point. Getting one championship out of prime Aaron Rodgers and all those Packers teams. And now this team is full of weapons too. And I understand, Tony Pollard got hurt. And I told you, Jason, Tony Pollard has been better than Ezekiel Elliott all season long. So him breaking his leg was a problem. But they just didn't show up. And I had never had faith that Mike McCarthy was going to call a good game or be a competent head coach. Sure, he'll get you, to the playoffs. But then after that, he shits down his leg. So it's like, I don't understand what the Cowboys fans and like the general media were like, the Cowboys blew it. Dude, Mike McCarthy's done this year in and year out.
Yeah, he's terrible coach. I would have fired him and left him take a Southwest flight home. I don't know why he deserves another shot at coaching that team, but maybe you don't bring Dak back.
Well, it sounds like they're gonna for sure. They're gonna kick the tires on Sean Payton.
Yeah,
which would be like a very Jerry Jones hired.
That would. I'm actually gonna since we're talking about Dallas and all their craziness, I'm gonna do something early. I'm gonna do my bum of the week right now.
Oh, okay. Audibles. I like it.
I'm calling an audible today. So this was Skip Bayless after the game.
Oh, yes.
Someone needs to teach that guy how to fucking do videos on social media, because for number one, like, bro, I can see you standing there before he's literally standing there for like a solid 2 seconds.
He was waiting for action.
Yeah, and then you hear the knock on the counter telling him to go. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but cut that part out. Like, edit it, trim the first 2 seconds, and then you can do it. But the fact that whole video, he takes his jersey and then he turns it around on purpose to show that it's a Dak jersey. Like, you want to talk about the most fakest, angriest bullshit ever. Like, you know what made that fun? If you actually burned it. Like, just lit it on fire and then threw it in the trash can.
I'm over burning jerseys on the internet too. The other thing, there was no garbage bag in that trash can either. So it's like, he just picked that up and put in the wash. Like, he wasn't really throwing that out. There's no garbage bag.
He wasn't really.
He's a fucking cartoon. He's a cartoon character, man.
Yeah, we might have to get Missy to show him how to do properly viral videos on the interwebs, because watching that video just made me laugh out, like, because he's definitely my bum of the week for just having that badly staged photo.
He should have downloaded CapCut. I just found out about it this week. Apparently it's been around for ages.
Well, this is what happens when we're a bunch of 40-year-old men who don't know how to. I mean, that's why we have like minimum subscribers on Instagram, because we're not hot girls with nice knockers. It's like,
I don't know how to work Instagram.
No, I don't know either. So yeah, I mean, I thought most of the games last week this weekend were kind of bad. I mean, if Mahomes doesn't get hurt, maybe that game's a little better to watch. But Jacksonville got the backdoor cover. That was at least the most competitive. Giants were just a fucking joke.
We knew they were frauds, right? I knew they were frauds when they played the Bears, and the Bears almost beat them. They were the same thing that like the Vikings. So the thing that's interested in me is like the Eagles look for real, and they've been for real the whole season, but they haven't really played anybody good. So as much as San Francisco's offense didn't look good, and the Eagles and their offense looks awesome, I think they're going to neutral each other out this upcoming weekend. Dude, San Francisco's defense is so good. I'm excited to see what the Eagles do against them, because I really do think that's any person's game.
Yeah. We'll see. I think it's gonna. Who do you guys got for? We want to pick the Super Bowl right now. Who do you guys like next weekend? I think I'm going with Eagles and Bengals.
Joey,
I'd go actually Bengals 49ers.
Yeah, for some reason I think 49ers defense is gonna hold up. So I got San Francisco, and my pick to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season when we did our NFL preview is the Chiefs. Now, Mahomes' injury is bad. High ankle sprain is not good. He was playing off adrenaline. It looked like he was struggling. I don't think it's going to get any more better. So I would like to switch and say Bengals, but I'm not. I had the Chiefs going. I thought Mahomes had something to prove last year when he got eliminated. And I don't know, maybe he, goes out there and pulls a Jordan flu game, if you will. But
yeah. Busy, yes, I said we suck at Instagram because we're 40-year-old men and not hot girls with nice knockers. That was hand up. That was me. And I also said we need to hire you. Skip Bayless needs to hire you for social media because
he does not know how to.
Yeah, he's in his 70s. He's hopeless at that point. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be Cincinnati and Eagles, and I hate to say it, but I think Eagles just, I mean, I think they're pretty damn good right now, and especially with the weapons they got in wide receiver. So
either way, the way this matches up, I'm cool with either game out of these four. Whoever wins and whoever makes it out, I think it'll be a good Super Bowl. There's no duds here. Like if the Giants would have shocked the world today or yesterday, and then I don't want to see that. These four teams are very good teams. So either way, the Super Bowl is going to be good.
Yeah,
you pretty much have the four best teams remaining.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all my football talk. So let's get into some nonsense, guys, because that's what the people's like. I want to share this video with you guys that caught my eye yesterday, and as a trio of Mexicans here who, well, two of us really love tequila.
No. Wait, who are the two? We all love tequila.
Yeah, but not as you said you don't like tequila as much as.
Well, yeah, I don't like tequila as much as bourbon, dude. But like, I grew up in like Jalisco. I have to like tequila. I didn't grow up in Jalisco, but like family did.
Okay, so
don't put that out there in the world. I'm gonna get disowned.
So shout out to Senior Socks for tagging me in this video last night, and I told him that we were talking about in the BumCast because I wanted to get your guys' reaction and see if you guys would actually do this. No audio in it. Sorry.
I mean, I don't think we need audio. We get the idea. Fuck no. I don't fuck with snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't. No, you're hard pass on that.
No,
I told Senior Socks that I bought a bottle of mezcal back last time I was in Mexico, and I had a scorpion in it, but it was like a little scorpion. It wasn't anything like too crazy. I thought that was kind of cool. I was just like, okay, I can do some scorpion mezcal. I don't know if I could drink snake tequila from a 40-gallon water jug.
I was about to say, dude, there's no tequila that's worth a damn that comes in a fucking water jug that you get from like Hinkley Springs.
I mean, obviously the snake is dead.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, you don't have to play the video again. That snake is dead as fuck, right? Like you can't survive.
They don't make him drown in the tequila. Obviously, he's dead before they put him in. But it doesn't make it. I mean, I think I would probably do it if no one told me it was like snake tequila.
True. Sweet potatoes are gross.
I don't like sweet potatoes either. But I think I could do it if like no one told me it was a snake in it. I would just like whatever and then give my reaction.
That defeats the whole purpose if no one told you that there's a snake in it. Like I could do it.
I'm not pouring it out from the jug though. Like fuck that. Also, I'm not an epidermatologist, whatever the fuck those people are, and I don't know what kind of snake that was.
Hey, but you never know.
It was
they may have dual purpose with that snake. It could be marinating so that they can throw it on the grill.
That's a good point. Joey. That's just
little tequila marinade.
Mm-hmm. Toss some. So
there you go. You take the 40-gallon jug, you throw the snake in there with the tequila, then you throw a little lime juice, some orange juice, some, maybe some cumin and some jalapeno, and then you let it marinate in there, and then you
look at the big brain on Luke.
There you go. See, I was close. I said epiderma something like I know something with an E.
But yeah, no, thank you. I'm gonna stick to the nice sipping tequilas that you have in your liquor closet.
Yeah, we have to have a tequila night soon, guys. I mean, we've been bourbon heavy for a while, and we've been doing the bourbon bums and all this stuff. But tequila's hot right now. We need to get some. We need to get some nice tequila. That's how Mexican COVID will start. Yeah. Well, no, I think that. I don't think if you drink that, you'll ever get COVID in your life. Your whole immune system will just won't get anything.
Yeah, dude. You have some of the snake tequila. You have some of the street tacos that come with like mystery meat, dude. You're immune to everything.
Yeah.
Like you'll never get sick ever again.
You get bit by a rattlesnake and you'll just be like, sucks for him. He ain't doing shit now.
Beef loaf, tough guy Beef Loaf over here is gonna drink the trouser snake tequila.
You know what? Let's find the snake tequila then and bring it to Lat B sometime.
I'm gonna call my cousins. Be like, hey, bring the snake tequila.
Can you just? Is that even legal to do? I don't know. What's the?
Where there's a will, there's a way, dude.
That's true. It's Southside Chicago. No one.
Out of all the things we're smuggling out of Mexico, I don't think snake tequila is the least of your worries.
That's true. All right, Peter, you had we're actually going to do some power ranking, some fast food items in a bit, but before we do that, Peter, you had trivia you wanted to do for it. So me versus Joe. So for those of you who don't know, me and Joey P, we have known each other for a very long time, going on 27 years now. We met freshman year of high school. And he's probably one of 4 people I still talk to from high school. So yeah, one of the 4 horsemen. So we both went to St. Lawrence. So St. Lawrence was the Vikings. So Peter's going to do a trivia of it's either a Lawrence or a Viking.
Yeah, I figured like the one other thing I was going to mention, you guys, St. Lawrence. I hate the L-A-U spelling of Lawrence. So it's both. It's Lawrence or L-A-W-R-E-N-C. So both Lawrences are involved in there.
Hold on one second. Beef. Joey was my hype man, dude.
Yeah, you can't Beef. I can't try the product, If not, I'd be in trouble.
You don't get high in your own supply.
That's right.
Exactly.
Joey was the hype man, dude. He would bring it. He would bring in the clientele, and then spread the word.
Amazing.
That's all I do.
All right. So if you guys don't know the answer, we did the trivia a couple weeks ago. If you guys don't know the answer, I'm going to give it some time, and maybe the comment section will know it. First one. So it's Lawrence or Viking. This band leader hosted his own TV show and had his own music style known as champagne music, and famously got spoofed on SNL by Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig.
Laurence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fisheries.
If anyone's going to know this, I thought maybe Brian S. would know this. I started off with a hard one. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds to see if anyone in the comments gets it.
I thought it was like going to be Liam from Oasis when you said champagne.
Yeah, so it's champagne
in the sky.
No, it's champagne music. It's Lawrence Welk. Do you guys remember the SNL skit with the 3 sisters and Kristen Wiig was the weird, she had doll hands basically? I went too hard on this one. It was Lawrence Welk.
All right.
This one's a lot easier. This comedian turned actor got his acting start as C in Do the Right Thing before becoming one of the biggest movie stars of the 90s. Oh my God.
Fucking nothing. We went to St. Lawrence, dude. What do you think we were learning there?
This one is easy.
Can you repeat the question?
Close. No. Comedian turned actor from the 90s. He had his own TV show in the 90s.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, Brian S. got Martin.
Oh,
Lawrence, right?
You didn't tell me it had to end. It could end in Lawrence.
Right. I didn't know that either. Just boom.
Any Lawrence in the name.
Lawrence.
Okay, well that changes to calculus now because I thought it'd be anyone. I only know one Lawrence in my entire life. It's Laurence Fishburne. That's.
Well, this game is gonna go terrible then. Number 3. This tag team of many names have held the IWGP, Ring of Honor,
Viking
NXT,
Raiders.
Viking Raiders.
That was- yeah, that was a good one. See, this changes the calculus.
I'm trying to, you go on TMZ, you get a neck pillow, you
Get
have
your
to
thinking
start
pillow
using,
on. Get your thinking
you have
pillow
to-
on. That's what you're
you have
missing.
to start using fancy words now,
All
Brian.
right. This Mrs. Doubtfire and Boy Meets World actor was married to Dancing with the Stars Cheryl Burks and has an equally famous older brother.
It's probably gonna end.
Joey
with the
Lawrence's little brother.
Yes, I'm gonna give that to you. It's Matthew Laurence.
Matthew Lawrence.
So
All right.
you
Fine.
bozos, think of that hint for later down the road.
All right.
This 3-time Emmy Award winner and Academy Award nominated actor went by Larry at the beginning of his career, including his role as Jimmy in King of New York.
Larry the Cable Guy? No, it's not Lawrence.
Yumper's gonna know this.
Lawrence of Arabia?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows pop culture.
Dude, this might be the
Lawrence-
hardest trivia game in the history of trivia games.
You guys guessed this name already.
Help us in the comments, please.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Yumper beat you. I saw his answer before yours. You guys had already got it. Laurence Fishburne. Damn, did I make these too hard?
I think you did.
All right. The Vikings have 2 famous mascots, one human and one non-human. Name one of their names.
The fucking horse.
The Minnesota Vikings have 2 mascots.
Why would I know that? I don't follow Minnesota.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
famous as shit.
I know Staley. I know
Yeah,
Staley.
we know Benny the Bull.
Tommy
We
Hawk.
know Tommy. Yeah, fucking
Southpaw.
Southpaw.
The
You know,
human
the
one rides a
Pedo bear who doesn't
motorcycle
wear
and got
pants.
fired.
Mark.
All right.
Yeah.
It's Victor the Viking and Ragnar. Ragnar infamously
The
got fired.
fuck is Ragnar, dude?
You guys think-
This is fucking Game
Is
of
he on Game
Thrones
of
now.
Thrones?
You just
All
want to
right.
start throwing
All right.
Ragnar
I'm skipping to the end.
Targaryens
This
out
is-
there?
I'm skipping to the end because this is bad. This is just bad radio. This cult classic fictional TV show featured the main character Torvald of Northumbria and was the primary vehicle of Jonathan Chase's success.
Fuck. What the fuck did you just say?
What is Johnny Chase? Johnny
You
Chase.
said words. I had no
Drama.
idea what the fuck you just said.
Johnny Chase, Drama's TV show on Entourage.
Okay.
Victory!
Oh yeah.
Victory!
You Joey got it?
this is so bad. It's Viking Quest. Viking Quest, the TV show. Jason, you watched Entourage every week.
Yeah, I was also drunk as
All right.
fuck when we were.
Let's get into the
watching
last 2. The last 2 you guys better get. Otherwise, I might just get rid of you. Julie's yelling from upstairs. Stop this segment. All right. This Southside staple for over 70 years is at 2120 South Canal Street.
Lawrence Fisheries.
Thank you, Joey.
it.
We got one.
All right.
All right. Last one. Bam Bam Bigelow's opponent in WrestleMania 11.
Lawrence Taylor.
There we go. Joey wins.
Joey
wins.
wins.
Get rid of this segment. Never again.
Why don't you ask me about some celebrity trivia now, Peter? I was on TMZ earlier.
Yeah. God damn. All right, take a
Fuck,
breath.
man.
Sell some shirts. We got to take a beat here. This is brutal.
Okay. We got a couple days left in the what do we got here? Today's 23rd. We got 8 days left. Buy a Bourbon Bum shirt, automatically entered to win a bottle of Blanton's. All the proceeds are going to our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates this year. Thank you for everyone who's purchased a shirt and purchased multiple shirts. We have 4 nice colors. So, 8 days left. Contest ends end of the month, February 1st. We're announcing the winner. And if you want that bottle of Blanton's with the Z's, buy a shirt. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to Dude, everyone's posting the shirts and like, tweeting them out, Instagram, all of that stuff. We love all of you. So thank you.
Yeah, we love you guys. All right. We are going to now do a little fun and power rank our top fast food items. It can be anything fast food. It can be like your sides, main dishes. But we're not doing like tacos or whatever. Like street food and stuff like that. So all right, I'm gonna pull up my list here. Joey, you're the guest of honor. Why don't you go first and give us your top 5 fast foods?
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me go first, but you'll be upset with my number 1. Anyways, my top 5.
All right. Go from 5 to
My
1
number
so I
5
could
is
yell
gonna
at you later.
Okay, cool. I'll go from 5 to 1. So number 5 for me is McDonald's breakfast. That to me
You have a
is
specific item or just
breakfast fast food.
everything?
You can't grab the whole menu, Joey P. That's not gonna work.
I mean, why not?
What's your go-to
There's
order?
a one for you buy one. My go-to would obviously be a McGriddle, sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. There you go. So that's my number 5. My number 4 is going to be my beef sandwich from Portillo's. There's nothing better than a soggy beef, loaded with hot peppers and cheese and everything else. The ooey and the gooiness from the goodness that is Portillo's beef. Third, well, I had to think about it. And because it was a very, close tie there for me between 2 and 3. Number 3 for me was my Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
That was a game changer when those came out.
When Doritos Locos came out, that was it. I was hooked. And Jay could tell you because we had Taco Bell in our high school cafeteria and we ate it every day,
So let me ask you.
Doritos Locos came out.
Drunk night, coming back, Taco Bell's open late. Those things are pretty small. How many of those Dorito Locos tacos are you knocking down?
At least 5.
A 5-pack.
Easily,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
Or you just
at
minimum.
least 5.
Or you do 2 and get like a burrito or something.
Yeah,
right, what you got number 2, Joe?
Possibilities are endless. Number 2 is a Polish from Jim's Original. Because you just mentioned it. You just said it right there. Just because, that late night greasy spot, there's, to me, no place better. My top 2 is Jim's Original. Just a regular Polish, extra onions, and you got it in lickety split in 60 seconds or less. Service there is great and timely. And then my number 1, I know, okay, so now you both can get upset with me, is street tacos, but specifically in Mexico. In Mexico.
Well, that is fast food. Yes.
In Mexico.
All right. Yeah.
We'll allow it.
The great thing about those, and I'll ask you again, those things, when you get them on the street, they're like the size of like a quarter, basically, maybe a 50-cent piece. How many of those are you putting down?
Well, I mean, about 17 years ago, you were with me in Michoacan when we put down about a dozen within an hour. So,
yeah, those things are legit. And total cost $3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
right, Peter, what do you got for yours?
So I didn't do Portillo's. Jason, I talked to you about that. I didn't do Portillo's because even though they have a drive-through, 30 minutes minimum to get your food. 35, 40 minutes. Portillo's is not fast food. Maybe fast casual. So I did not add Portillo's to my list. My number 5, it has to be the best fry. It's McDonald's fries. McDonald's fries are still the best fries since I was a kid until now. I'm a sucker for those fries. Number 4, Joey, you stole it from me, and I didn't think it was going to be on the board. Sausage McGriddle. That's the best breakfast sandwich in the game. I could house those hangover foods. You're hurting on a Sunday morning. You go grab a couple of sausage McGriddles, and Missy said the hash browns. That's elite fast food. Number 3, I was a huge Wendy's guy for a long time. I was a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's guy, but then another chicken sandwich came and took its place. So then I went to the Baconator. I'm a sucker for that big, greasy, bacony cheeseburger. Another one where it cures a hangover. Number 2 is the best chicken sandwich on planet, and it garnered crazy hype. There was lines out the fucking miles. the Popeye spicy chicken sandwich. That thing came out and people were like, it doesn't live up to the hype and Chick-fil-A is better. Those people are wrong and they're stupid. It's the best spicy chicken sandwich on the planet. And number one, we talked about it last week, and that's why I wanted to bring it up and just power rank fast food as a whole. I only have it like once every 4 years, but it's the In-N-Out double animal style from In-N-Out. I love it. I love In-N-Out's hamburgers. I don't know what it is about them. Maybe it's because I only have them every 3-4 years, but as soon as I get to the West Coast, I house them. So yeah, I can't wait to get back out there sometime, maybe spring training or, California or Vegas trip. I'll be in In-N-Out. That's my number one with a bullet.
All right. My number 5 is junk food White Castle sliders. I mean, at 2-3 in the morning, you're getting maybe at least 7-8 sliders and you're just going to down them.
Damien, I didn't draft the fries from In-N-Out. I drafted the burger. Fries from McDonald's.
Yeah. Number 4, going Taco Bell, cheesy gordita crunch. I mean, it's like Joey's with the Dorito Locos, but it's just with the extra cheese in there, the layer. That's one of my go-tos. Number 3, Portillo's beef, like Joey. Now, Peter, you said Portillo's wasn't fast food because you wait 30 minutes. That's because you're going at the wrong time. You got to go like 15 minutes before lunchtime, and then you beat the rush. And
I'm not getting a beef like for breakfast, my man. I mean, I love
you
it.
just got to go like 15 minutes early, and then by the time you get back home, it's 12 o'clock, and then it's lunchtime. You gotta play the odds there in the traffics.
If you know, you know.
Number two is a popular among White Sox Twitter, and that's the Ribwich. I mean, RAP.
Is it really that good, or is it more of the hype that you only get it once a year or twice a year, or whatever?
No, it's really that good. I mean, I'm sad that it's gone and it's RAP, but Ribwich is my number 2. My number 1 was also dead.
You're calling time out. I'm sorry. You're calling it a ribwich. It's the McRib, right? That's what you're drafting.
Okay, Ribwich, McRib. Sorry, yeah.
I just never heard it called a ribwich.
Well, okay, it's named by definition. Okay, sorry, semantics.
Gotcha,
it's the McRib, because there are other places that, we're going to use government names on this show. So the McRib is number 2. Number 1 was dead, got brought back to life. Taco Bell Mexican pizza. I love it. I don't care if anyone hates it. It got brought back, and I'm happy it's back. Oh, Brian, man, sorry to hear that.
It's not that good. I wanted to like it. I used to like it when I was a kid, but I haven't had it in a long time because there's like 5 other things I'd rather have at McDonald's. Even just a standard like double quarter pounder with cheese, which I think is their best burger. I don't like the Big Mac all that much, but the double quarter pounder with cheese, I'd rather have a fish fillet than the
and
McRib.
Also, honorable mention from Luke here: the breakfast crunch wrap from Taco Bell. That thing is.
I've never had breakfast at Taco Bell.
Yeah, usually I'm not up early enough on a weekend to go get Taco Bell breakfast, so it's very rare before that I can actually get it. But we did have it most recent, like I don't know, say a month or so ago. We picked it up, and yeah, that Taco Bell's breakfast is good. I just need to have more of it to actually figure it into the go-tos.
I've never had Wendy's or White Castles for that matter. I don't do much. I mean, when I go get fast food, or breakfast fast food, it's always McDonald's. I've never had Wendy's or like Brian S. said, White Castle.
I actually had White Castle breakfast the other day. It's actually pretty good. I would recommend that. They have like little egg sandwiches, and you can get breakfast anytime there. So like if I want breakfast like on a Saturday and it's like 1 o'clock and I want some brunch, yeah, I go for a cheap brunch at White Castle.
What is Luke talking about? Does that mean Taco Bell?
The Taco Bell, baby. Yeah, get that Taco Bell breakfast. It's good. It's
Damien, that's the answer. That's the best fast food. I mean, it's fast and it's awesome. That is a great call and a big miss by us as a group.
It is.
All 3 of us Mexicans should be ashamed of ourselves. That's a great answer. For those listening on the podcast, he said, "What about tamales from a street vendor?" And, you know the best ones come from those igloo coolers. That's where you got to get them from.
Support your small local business.
Yeah, it's a great call.
All right, so we're gonna do a quick 3 questions here. Joe, you want to start with your question of the week here?
Yeah, sure. My first question of the week and only question of the week, it's broken down in separate parts. When, where, how, and what kind was your first beer?
Oh, okay. So my story is maybe not like super hilarious or anything like that, but my first beer was a Miller Lite, and I think maybe we were about 12, 13 years old. My buddy took it from his dad's basement, snagged a beer, and then we all ran into the alley and went down to a few houses and popped it, and then we all walked down the alley taking sips, hoping that people wouldn't see us. I thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. But that someone who grew up drinking like Ecto Cooler and High C era and Hawaiian Punch. So yeah, that nothing. Mine, Peter, you said you had a funny story. Mine just my buddy just took a beer from his dad's basement.
I don't know if it was funny, but it's memorable because me and my dad talk about it all the time. I thought I talked about it on this podcast back with cousin Javi, back when he used to be our Bears insider many moons ago. We were in Mexico. We were in Jalisco, Mexico, and I was like 12, maybe 13 at the time, but I was still in grade school. I remember that. And we were at my great grandpa's house, and he basically like raised my dad. And we get there, and he's holding court in this big courtyard, and it's just all the guys, like all my aunts and all my mom and everyone were, I don't know, they went shopping or they were gone. So it was just all the guys sitting in like a huge circle and just drinking. So I'm just sitting there bored out of my mind because they're all adults and I'm the youngest kid there, 12 years old. And my great grandpa's like, "Do you want a beer?" And my eyes lit up like it was Christmas. And I was like, "Yeah, I want a beer." And immediately my dad's like, "Oh no toma," or like he's not allowed or he doesn't drink. And then I remember this, my great grandpa's like, "Pero aquí sí." So that means like here he does. So right away, my dad looks at me, he's like, "All right, go grab one." And I went to go grab it. It was a Sol. So if you guys don't know Sol, it's basically like a Corona, but it's Jalisco's version of a Corona. I was so fucking pumped, dude. I pop it open. Javi has one. Javi's a little older, so he was probably like 16 at the time, but he grabs one too. So we're like, fuck yes, we're drinking beers. I start drinking it. It was so goddamn sour. Obviously, it was my first beer. It tasted like hell. So I was like, fuck, what do I do? I'm not going to finish this thing, but I don't want to disrespect my great grandpa. So I just start pouring freaking lime juice down or like limes down and thinking it's going to make it better. But like little by little, dude, this thing ended up being like beer and like all limes. And I'm like, then it starts getting warm on me. I powered through that beer. It might have been the worst beer of all time, but I was so goddamn happy that I drank that beer. So yeah, that was my first beer.
What about you, Joe?
Me, I shared the story with you and Peter before. I grew up around the original Home Run Inn on 31st Street by Petrowski Park. So I was about 8 years old. Sorry for incriminating.
Oh shit.
But yeah, summer break, so I'm out there running around playing every game under the sun that summer with all my neighbors. And all the dads, when they'd all get home from work, 4 or 5 in the afternoon, they would just basically have 24 packs of bottled Coca-Cola and the beer I'm about to name in a minute without embarrassing myself too much. So, as us kids, we're playing every single day for like 2 or 3 months. And we'd get thirsty. We'd run up to our dads, who are obviously drinking something that we didn't know because we're young and innocent what they were drinking. So we get a Coke. Okay, here's your Coke, son. Go out there and stop playing in traffic. And one day, just out of the blue, my dad with our neighbor from upstairs, me and his son run up and, the common line, "Dad, Coke." And he's like, "Here." Take a sip. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like, okay. I had about half of it, and then, I couldn't have no more. My stomach couldn't take it. It ended up being a can of Busch. So Busch beer was my first beer. And then, I didn't care so much for beer after having tried it. I went back to Coke. to my Coke bottles after that. I said, no, I don't
I
like
was
that.
gonna say we went back to you went back to
you went back to Coca-Cola.
yeah, not
I went back to
snorting lines at 8
Coca-Cola
years old.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, I said, I'm sorry. To Coca-Cola bottles. Yeah, so then I thought that beer was cool until obviously high school age, you know, Jay. We get to try some different things as far as beer goes. And then we're like, you know what? A Miller Lite tastes much better than a Busch. And you get into the Coronas and the Modelos and everything else that came out. As we learned later in life, there actually is good beer out there.
Joey at 8 years old kicking his alcoholism for a drug habit.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped beer, went back to Coke like a man.
Joey
right.
or Dougie Freshness had a first beer at midnight by the pool on my 13th birthday. Me and my pops, 30 rack of High Life. Does that mean you drank all 30, or was it like he had a 30 and he gave you one? Because that'd be interesting.
He said yesterday that he's Polish, so I'm guessing him and his dad finished the whole rack. So
yeah, if you guys haven't seen Dougie Freshness's videos on Twitter, highly recommended. We retweeted a bunch of them yesterday. He was on one. Somebody gave him a proof of life at like 11:30 in the afternoon. I wanted you to air him out. Who was worried about you at 11:30, Dougie? Let us know.
Yeah. All right. So my question here. First, I'm going to add some context here. I saw this ad from Planters. Drive the Nutmobile. And man, what a name, right? Might have to change this to Bums After Dark, Peter.
Yeah, hold on. I can do that. No problems. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, Jay,
so,
I don't remember that one being part of your catalog in high school.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that was pre-Bang Bus. You know, the floppy disks were pre-Bang Bus. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're looking for someone to drive the Nutmobile, and my first thought was, you know, if I was selected to drive the Nutmobile and I walk in and I don't see a half naked woman in the back, I'm gonna sue for false advertisement, because I feel
wrong
like
client nut. Wrong client.
Wrong nut. I mean, I feel like, you know, Bang Bus is gonna sue Planters for copyright infringement or for something like that, because this is blatant copy. I don't, whatever. I'm not a lawyer. But anyways, my question,
English is not your best friend today.
No, it's no. But you know what? I gotta
put your thinking cap on. Yes, thank you.
Get my elitism going back over here. So yes. My question to you guys is: would you rather drive the Nutmobile or the Wienermobile?
That's a great question. Joey, I'll let you go first.
You know what? I'd have to drive the Wienermobile, because that's it's highly popular. You know, the Nutmobile, I don't know, that's like a B track. I want to be on the A side of that mixtape. So I'm driving definitely the Wienermobile.
It has
Get more eyes on the Wiener.
It has to be, dude. If you're talking Wienermobile or Nutmobile, everyone knows the Nutmobile is the ugly stepchild. If we're talking anatomy, you want to drive the Wienermobile. Look at that thing, sleek, fast, aerodynamic. Nobody wants to drive the Nutmobile. Nobody pays attention to the Nutmobile. Also, I got a Oscar Mayer Wiener. I don't know how I got this, but I got one.
I think I'd like to drive the Nutmobile, because the branding and the partnerships, you could put a big old fat Brazers or Reality Kings sticker on the side of that thing and let it pay for itself.
Ain't nobody care about the Nutmobile.
Oh,
well, no, I'm sorry, Jay.
Just wait till we get the Cuddle Shuttle going, because Mailman Jack tagged us this morning in what he thinks that we should buy for $2,500.
The Cuddle Shuttle, yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be the new Cuddle Shuttle. That thing was a little Jeep box from like 1965. See, thank you, Yumper.
Damien with another good point. Nutmobile has less miles on it.
Yeah. See, everyone's going to want to drive. It looks more spacious. That's right. You know, it's probably got like a nice little, like, you look at the Wienermobile. and it looks like just like a excursion van in there. I'm sure you go in the Nutmobile. It's got some nice plush leather couches. Maybe some
you're
nice
just
pillows,
assuming at
some
that
mood
point.
lighting.
Nah.
You know, you go in the Nutmobile, you're in a fucking mood, dude. That's just a zone. Like Wienermobile is that's just service and efficient, man. You know, like that's just task, get the job done. But
it's just gonna
Nutmobile, dude, that's a vibe, dude.
You remember when you go to like
vibe.
Discovery Zone or Jumpin' Fun, where it's like that, like just ropes you got to climb through and stuff like that? That's basically what the Nutmobile is. It's just nothing but veins in there.
Yeah, I just hope that the Nutmobile has a very solid suspension system. I mean, like Beef said, the tires look a little weak, but I hope under the hood it's got some backbone in it, because
got to drag race these suckers, see who's faster. Live my life a quarter mile at a time.
When the nuts are popping, don't come
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna change this back.
Off the rails.
You are off the rails. I'm going back to our normal, regularly scheduled program.
All right, Peter, what's your question?
My question of the week was more in tune with Joey's. Joey told us his question of the week, so then I formulated one around that. How much would it take for you to not drink for an entire year? 365 days. Realistic number. How much money would it take for you to not drink for a year?
I'll go first.
50,000?
Yeah.
It's got to be lower.
I want 1.6 million.
A very specific number.
I'm
1.6.
throwing all of it into dividend funds, and I'll live off 4% and not worry about a thing, and then I'll be drinking the rest of the way.
So yeah, in the comments, Luke said, "Oh damn." So give us your number in the comments. How much money, realistically, if somebody showed you an envelope or a briefcase full of cash, how much would it take for you to not drink for an entire year? This is tough, man, because is it
tax free?
Tax free, yes. Take home money. 25 grand. If I give you 25 grand, you're gonna say yes or no?
I do, dude. I haven't really. I mean, okay, I've been dryish for January. I haven't really been completely dry, and I already crave a bourbon. Now, granted, my wallet and liver would like that very much. Maybe my heart, my cholesterol, my high blood pressure, my enzymes, they'd all probably appreciate that as well. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with my solid 50K.
50K.
So that's a few vacation. It's a nice couple weeks in Europe that, maybe pay off some bills. And
Julie doesn't count. Julie, you drink like one day a year. You're basically doing this for free anyway. So yeah, $500 is probably good.
Yeah, well, see, I'll
Missy's got a brand. Missy, you got a brand to maintain. We got the whiskey at Comiskey. I thought that Sox game would be the worst. Dude, not going now that the ticket plan and everything, going to Sox game and not drinking.
I'll just do what Joe did. I'll just give up alcohol and start doing coke.
Yeah, there you go.
Bottles,
trade it
Coke
for a drug habit.
Yeah, I don't know what my number would be. It's got to be enticing. 25 grand. That's not enough.
Just remember, Peter, you got kids you got to put through college, so get that number to go up.
Fucking eggs are expensive nowadays. I might take it for a fucking couple, 2-3 dozen eggs.
Dozen eggs, or like a carton of eggs now is like what Blackhawks tickets were.
Yeah, you could get
a couple.
Blackhawks tickets are cheap, dude. I saw a promotion. They're giving away beers if you buy Blackhawk tickets nowadays.
Like back in 10 years ago, you have a pair of Blackhawks tickets, and all the girls would flock out and be like, "Oh, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while. What's going on? Hey, I see you're going to a game there." Now it's like a dozen eggs. You just crack that styrofoam, and it's like, "Hey, what's going on? How you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. You still single?"
Okay. One more good question. Damien is on fire in the comments. I know we're running long, but this is a really good question. I would have to bust out the calculator. Jason, I don't want to know your number. I know Julie's listening, and I got a wall of bourbon behind me. I don't want to know my number. But the question is, how much have you all estimated you spent on alcohol in your life? A friend asked me the other day, and I have no answer. I need Alex Rude was on Beefloaf's podcast earlier today. They're both accountants. I need both of those accountants to crunch my numbers. Jason, you're probably the same way.
I'm worse because like I had, like the clubbing days and then I had the promoting days where I was still out.
That's
and going to like music fests and, different clubs and everything still when I was promoting into like my mid 30s. So then you throw in all the bottles of alcohol I bought, the liquor closet.
You could easily keep track of. Your closet, we could keep track of. The nights when we used to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're all going out. Joey, you were part of those days where it's just like clubs and bars and Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street was cheap. It was like $1.50 Long Island's, but all of that money is
going
money
to the Dollar Tree.
I don't want to know.
I'd probably say at least six figures.
Yeah, for sure. Dude,
in the 20 years I've been going out and drinking and buying alcohol.
Just Sox games where beers are, $15, close to $15 a beer.
I'd probably say I probably spent at least $100,000 in my 20 years.
Easy. I would say you probably spend more than that. Damien, you're bumming me out. It's a bad habit.
Yeah. Oh, Beef's got the idea. Great blog. I can't wait to read that one.
Yes. Crunch those numbers, please.
All right. We're gonna close the show out now with some bumming.
I'm coming. Hold on.
That's what she said.
the Nutmobile.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
A bum. I'll go first today, because I already gave up my bum, and that was Skip Bayless for his shitty editing and his attempt at a viral video. But I'm also going to combine a MVB and a What a Bum into a group here, and that's Bills fans. It's MVBing Bills fans because when those tickets for that in the neutral site in Atlanta went on sale, they sold out their whole section. And that was pretty fucking cool because the Chiefs didn't do that. There were still a couple thousand tickets remaining on the Chiefs side, but those Bills, they scooped them out and sold out in the pre-sale. The Bills fans are rabid.
They're the best fans in NFL right now.
They fucking travel well. Shout out to them for selling out their side of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome on pre-sale. They're also my bum of the week for being a bunch of cocky motherfuckers and thinking that they were gonna go right to championship and overlooking Joe Burrow and the Bengals there. Not so fast, my friend. So don't be cocky next year. I think it's time for the Bills fans to temper their expectations and dial it down a notch because you guys haven't got past the divisional round.
Well, they're in the AFC Championship in Josh Allen's first year. Right. And now they're slowly regressed.
Right. Since then. I'm saying they haven't been past that in a couple years. So I mean, you got to temper some expectations here. So
we talked about it earlier. Dude, AFC is so crazy where it's like Josh Allen has been so good for like the beginning part of his career. And now you got Joe Burrow, and even Justin Herbert. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Dude, the AFC quarterbacks are so stacked. It's scary, man. Good thing it's Justin Fields and no one else in the AFC.
That's right. Because, if the Bills fans, I think, are still awesome. But if they keep on pulling this shit and the Bills don't do anything, I'm going to start to group them in with Cowboys fans pretty soon. Because
they're not insufferable. Bills fans are fun.
But the Cowboys just keep on losing and thinking it's their year. All right, Joe, what do you got?
My bum of the week. I don't know if you guys read about it, but down in Texas, there was a dude that goes by the name of Mattress Mac, and he threw down
Mattress Mac with his
$2 million bet. Yeah, he bet a little over $2 million on Dallas to beat the Niners, and obviously that didn't work out. And he actually, I even read up that he also bet a little over $3 million on TCU to win also. So he's
how many
his
fucking
bank
mattresses
account's
is
a bit lighter.
That's what I want to know.
I didn't go that far into the research, but I'll get back to you on my next sideline report.
Like this guy's just throwing like multi-million-dollar bets down. Like, how many fucking mattresses are you buying? Like, you charge like $5,000 for your mattress, dude? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, well, not only that, dude is old as fuck. So I like what he's doing. He is a goof. I agree with you. He's a clown. But if I'm that rich and I'm, dying in the next 5 years, you got to spend that money anyway. Might as well start gambling and doing whatever Mattress Mac is doing.
To sponsor the podcast then.
That'd be good. The BumCast, sponsored by the Nutmobile, Planters Nuts, and Mattress Mac.
It's got a good name to it. Because when you have to nut, make sure you do it on a Mattress Mac.
There we go.
All right, Joe, what
guys,
else
my MVB of this weekend, for anybody that watched UFC on Saturday night, we had Brandon Moreno go ahead and win and unify the flyweight title in the UFC. So Viva Mexico, Viva Brandon, great fight. So he definitely took the MVP honors from me this weekend.
It was, dude, he put on a show, which was awesome. I know you were watching. I was watching as well. I know whenever, football is ending and usually UFC main events are right around like 11 o'clock. So the kids are asleep and I'm usually able to catch the last 2 fights of a card or whatever. I know you're tweeting about it. And dude, Brandon Moreno, he's awesome. So I was so happy that he won.
All right, Peter, take us home.
I said on Twitter, spoiler already, my bum of the week, once again, I'm running it back 2 weeks in a row, Tony Dungy. I said he was a bad dude, and I explained how not only on football coverage, and he's he's boring vanilla and nobody cares about his takes because he's basically asleep half the time. But I also talked about how he just can't get in his own way and starts tweeting stupid ass shit. And he did it again this week. Talking about, kitty litters and bathrooms in elementary schools and stuff like that. I knew that he had problems, or he really doesn't want to own up to how shitty of a person he is because he hides behind his values and stuff like that. But when you're spewing hate on the internet, it doesn't matter what you really believe in because you're still a bad person. And I've known that for a while about Tony Dungy, and I'm just happy that more people are learning about it because he's spreading hate instead of love, and that's something that I want no part of. And maybe NBC took him off the coverage and they put him back on studio duty or whatever. And for now, that's fine. But eventually, people are gonna get sick of his shit, and I think it's starting. So fuck you, Tony Dungy. My MVBs, I got 2. The first one we talked about it. Pre-show, Missy, I hope you're still in the comments. The blog she did today on the 108 and her 5 ways to fix the US Cellular or guaranteed rate field
G-spot.
The G-spot. I loved it. I love that blog. I told you, Jason, it reminded me of the old school Barstool Chicago blogs. They're the old school Big Cat blogs. They're full of nonsense, but they're funny and they're entertaining. That shit is what I need more of. Those type of blogs and that type of content is what I basically grew up on, and we're creatures of the internet. It was awesome. So shout out to Missy. She was the MVP. She killed that blog. Second one, and she was trending Sunday. Potato Girl. Did you guys see who Potato Girl is?
Potato Girl.
This girl from Jacksonville tried to out somebody from Kansas City for eating a baked potato out of her pocket at the Chiefs game. And she was like, KC fan eating a baked potato out of her pocket. Throw up emoji, puke emoji. Kansas City girl countered, and maybe it's staged. I don't know. I hope it's not staged because I really like Potato Girls. I caught you taking my photo as well, but I enjoyed the baked potato and I enjoyed the win. How about you?
What a clapback.
What a clapback. What a chirp. What a comeback. Potato Girl wins the internet. I saw it and I was like, I hope it's not staged. You could tell that they're kind of taking each other's pictures, but I hope it's real because that was just a fun, stupid thing on the internet that I liked a lot. So yeah, Potato Girl is my MVP of the week.
We should try bringing baked potatoes into Sox games. Is that a potato in your pocket, or are you just happy to be here,
dude? When that went viral, I thought immediately, I'm like, if she could sneak a baked potato, I could sneak in at least 6 warm tamales.
No, we could do tamales
for sure.
That's just my package. Yep. God delivered it. I signed for it. Just my package.
Jason, you're still a cargo shorts type of guy. You could easily sneak
the cargo shorts let you hide the flasks of liquor because the security guys don't pat you down. So you just have
I don't wear cargo shirts. I can still bring flasks of liquor. That's more of a choice by your part, not right now. But I'm saying also, keep wearing them. We're bringing tamales into the game.
For Sox games, you get the giveaways. You know, if you don't have a plastic bag on you, you put your little shirt or jersey, you stuff it in your cargo pants, and then your wife wants to give you her free T-shirt or bobblehead or whatever they're giving away, and you got to stuff it in the other one. Then you got your flask of bourbon in there, and then you need pockets. Maybe I should just get.
And Hermanos, don't forget all the cool things that Johnny and me both can smuggle in with these stashes.
That's a good point. You can hide a tamale under there.
Absolutely.
Anyway, my point is we're sneaking tamales into the Sox games this year.
I'm okay with that. We'll be the most popular people in 108 then.
I don't know about all that, but at least we're going to hand out tamales. We'll be handing out tamales like Oprah. You get a tamale. You get a tamale.
The best part is we're sitting in row 25, so we could just chuck tamales at people from in front of us.
I like this.
I like your ideas. All right, guys. One more thing before we go. Make sure you catch us February 18th at the Wieners Circle, or is it the Nut Circle? Ha ha ha. Who knows?
Jesus, Jason.
Bad joke. So Wieners Circle with, there we go. Thank you, Peter. Yumper Svo at the show. We're going to be in the relish room. We're going to be talking some movies, and then we're going to go across and get drunk at the Burwood Tap. We hope to see you there. And they just tweeted out a promo. First group of people of 3 or more to RSVP will get a nice swag package from the guys. So make sure you go on the social, follow everyone, and check out the tweet and RSVP as soon as you can, so you can get a nice swag bag.
I dig it, man. Right. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a fun night.
That's our show for the week. Joey, thank you so much for being
you
on
killed it.
Yep. The Southside Joey P is filling in for the Southside Bum, who's hopefully got a nice buzz going after the Sox game or at the Bulls game today. Yeah, but thank you for everyone who joined the comments. Comments were great tonight, guys. We appreciate you all. Make sure you subscribe and share, and we'll see you in Hollywood.
No, thanks, Hermanos. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.